Hello, welcome to the Steve and Tim Show with your host, Steve Trott and Tim Smith. This is our very first episode, and I'm going to let Steve tell us the topic of this, and we'll start rocking and rolling.
So it's exciting. We'll talk about how it gets generated. So it gets generated because for those of you that don't follow me yet, feel free to whenever you're ready. And if you choose not to, I'm okay with that too. But I am a person out there in the world of social media, and I tell people all the time, I personally do not like social media. I don't like it. A lot of the principles built around social media go against the way I was raised, the way I operate, the way I talk to people. But it's become a tool in the world that many of us have had to adapt and overcome and learn. With that being said, a lot of my social media content is put out there to make people think, to make people use their thinker. We're looking at positive mindset. We're looking at moving forward, challenging you to make good decisions and all that. So this idea that Tim and I are going to run with is neat because we not only am I going to keep sharing it on social media, now we're going to start talking about it, and the two of us are going to share ideas with everybody and unpack these topics that really make you think. And maybe when you're done listening to an episode, you'll say to yourself, wow, never thought of that. And maybe there's another perspective out there for you. So this first one's really key because it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, any of that. But nothing and absolutely nothing in this world will slow your progress more than a negative mindset. And you yourself are your greatest tool, and you are also your greatest weakness. And that mindset of yours and what you pack and unpack inside of that daily, the first 5 minutes of your day can predict the rest. And you have to develop the positive nature that allows you to overcome your day, no matter how hard it is. And you can have the hardest life in the world. And if you're positive, you can have a good day. Doesn't matter how hard it is. So hopefully, Tim, hopefully I introduced that topic good enough.
You did.
But I do. I want to talk about it, unpack it, and
Mhm.
tell people why it's important.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
having a great routine. I have a good friend of mine. He writes his daily nine out every day.
there you go.
Three things that are he's grateful for, three things that he needs to improve on, and three things that are going to make today great. And
That's a good tool.
yeah, and I do it as well. I need to get better at making sure I do it every day, but our busy schedule. But like my routine, I get up in the morning, I make a cup of coffee, I go out and sit in the deck as long as it's nice out, and I have no electronic.
Tim, come on. You're not going to melt. You're not going to melt in the rain, buddy. You're not going to melt in
Yeah,
the
I know, but you never know. It might. No, but no, and I sit there and I just reflect. Okay, thank you for this. Thank you for that. This is what I need to do, and have that feeling of I can accomplish anything as long as I
rain.
put my mind in that zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you hit a key topic there. I mean, reflection. I'll say now. I mean, people will probably argue this, but reflection is 90% of a good decision.
Mhm.
So if you can reflect on it before you make the decision and reflect on the potential outcomes of your decision, you're 90% into making a good decision if you make a good reflection. Even if the reflection gives you a negative result, it will help you make the right decision, yes or no, right or wrong, all of the things that come with that. Reflection's key. Most people say, oh, I don't have time to reflect. My house is too busy. There's too much noise. There's too many kids running around. I've lived that life. I know what it's like.
You don't know what's
But
like
I
to have
was,
kids, do you?
yeah, yeah, nine kids, just a few kids running around. But reflection for me can happen. It doesn't need to be quiet. It could
Mhm.
be driving, could be listening to music, could be mowing the grass. I don't know about you, but yard work is extremely therapeutic.
Mhm.
I don't know how many decisions you can run through your mind while you mow your grass, but I can get a lot of thinking done while I'm riding the tractor, So it reflection's key, and put time into it. Doesn't have to be quiet. You don't have to be alone. You could be with friends. You could be discussing things with important people in your life. And the whole time you're doing that, you're reflecting.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you used that word because it's not one I was thinking of when we started this, but reflection's key. That's good.
Yeah. And one thing when you're at a position where you're trying to make a decision, and if you think, all right, I'm going to do this, is that the right decision? Well, if you're second guessing yourself, you really need to think hard because more than likely that's not the right decision. If you
No,
have to reach down deep to figure out if that is the right decision, you should know in your heart and mind that, okay, this is morally what I should be doing.
a gut feeling. I mean, hands down, gut feeling is everything.
Mhm.
Um, and you always hear people say, "Go with your gut, go with your gut, go with your gut," and that's true. Now, have we all learned that your gut sometimes proves you wrong? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So big deal. You made a decision and it didn't work out. What are you going to do? Are you going to cry about it? Or are we going to get up and try again? And
Yeah.
that positive energy and that positive mindset, it's like, all right, shoot, that sucks. Didn't work. Let's do it a different way. And we go again. And Denzel Washington, we'll throw a quick quote in there, and maybe it's not exactly how he said it, but he's famous for saying, always move forward,
Mhm.
always step forward, never stay still, never step backwards. Doesn't matter what you're doing, don't stop moving forward, and you'll figure out where you need to go. It's one of the quotes I like the most because it rings true, and it doesn't matter what you're involved with. Just keep moving yourself forward and have that positive mindset to get where you need to go.
Yeah. And I mean, and you can't move forward until you make that first step and you got to do it.
Yeah.
So it's,
Well, and look at failure. Look at failure.
Mhm.
Moving forward, eh, again, Denzel Washington, fall forward. If
Mhm.
you're going to fall forward. Don't fall backwards. Fall
Yes.
forward. So, like, for the people out there that are listening to things and the Matthew McConaughey's in the world and the Denzel Washingtons in the world, they've got some great advice for you.
Oh, yeah.
Just make make sense of it and apply it, make it fit your life where it fits.
Exactly. The, Yeah, and I mean, there's so many books out there you can read too of mindset, but you really don't need them. You just, I can
You
think
don't.
one free book out there you can find online anywhere is the Bible, and you look at that. I mean, that's going to give you
Yeah,
all the mindset you need. And
yeah.
but yeah, you just got to go out and do it, and do what's in your heart, and just it's so great helping people, and I truly believe that when you help people, it's going to come back to you tenfold. But don't
It
think
will.
you're doing it just to better yourself. Just do it because you want to do it.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think the biggest thing to tag to that is the idea behind what generates that good positive mindset and eliminating as much negativity from your life as possible. So, not only are we talking about your negative energy, your personal negative energy, who's around you?
Mhm.
Who are you hanging out with? Who are you seeing on the weekends? What, maybe you have kids that are older and teenagers. Who are they hanging out with? Because guess what? Negative energy comes into your life from every direction. It could be an animal for that matter. It could be a dog that's sick and dragging you down. Like, granted, we all love our pets, but what's building negative energy in your life?
Yeah.
And what decisions do you need to make to rid yourself of that to move forward? So, and I think with that post, I don't remember the exact words I used, but like the question I ask everyone, and maybe when this video is out there in the world, grab the comments and answer this question. And the question is, how much negative energy do you allow in your life?
Mhm.
Because if you answer that question and you are above a 20 or 25%, and you start to think about it and you've got negative energy around you, you're starting out bad.
Yeah.
You're already on the wrong side of the equation. And you've got to work to get rid of that before you can fix it for yourself.
Yeah. I don't remember who said this, and you might once I say it because I don't remember. It was some investor. It might have been Tony Robbins. I'm not sure. You want to surround yourself with 5 or 6 people that are morally the same as you, but they're also where you want to see yourself in a few years. So you don't want to surround yourself with a bunch of drug addicts or people that don't want to get up and go to
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
You want to surround
yeah.
yourself by people that you envision yourself being in the next year, next 2 years.
Yes.
You want to be.
There's a lot of, it's probably something. There's a lot of motivational speakers and books that I've read that have made that reference. So who might have the who
Original.
might be able to claim the original is
Yeah.
hard to say, but you make me think of something very key, and that is if if you walk into a room and you're the smartest person in the room,
Mhm.
you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And so few people, like some people will want to ride their horse or ride their chariot. And I'm like, no, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And just like you said, build your circle, build your key influence of the people that are with you and the people you know you can lean on for true relative advice. And it needs to be real. It's not the opinion of the day. It's Tim, that's good, that's bad. Steve, that's good, that's bad. Here's why. Those people will continue to influence your life for the rest of your life. And for those of you that are faith based, you have spiritual directors. I can think of my own priest at our Catholic Church. I mean, as soon as something comes up that's got me kind of clicking, not really sure where I want to be, he's one of the first people I have a conversation with.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm dealing with this with my kids, or I'm dealing with this with so and so. Can I get a perspective?
Mhm.
Because ultimately, it's the circle of influence that allows you to build who you are as a person. And like you said, if you're hanging out with the wrong people, it's not going to work out so well for you.
No, you'll stay stagnant. Um,
Yeah.
the one podcast I watch, it's on daily. I try to watch it at least a couple times a week. It's the Brian Hess show. He owns the Pavement Group out of
Mm.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and they do it's all construction stuff, anywhere from you know construction like you have all the way to paving and different things. But he always says on there a lot. Do you want to be a feel good friend or a real good friend? A feel good friend is going to be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you're doing great. Yeah, I would do that. A real good friend is going to tell you, no, don't be a dummy. No, don't do that. So
Right.
you want to surround yourself with people that way.
Right. The guy you decide to stop for drinks with after work,
Mhm.
and you've had one too many. Is that guy taking your keys or not? Like,
Yeah.
are we real friends? Or are we good? What are we like? And it may be a bad example because that's not me. It's probably not you,
Yeah.
but it's a real sequence in today's world that people need to deal with. And like, who are you hanging out with? Who are you associating with? Who are you relying on for good advice? And then the people outside of that circle, be very careful the questions you ask them,
Yeah.
because all they're going to do is cloud your judgment. They will cloud your judgment, and they will do that. Actually, there are people in this world that will do that on purpose.
Oh, yeah. I'm 100%.
They
And
they
it's
will do that on purpose.
because they're failing in their life because they don't have that proper mindset. They're not surrounded by good people. They're used to making bad decisions. They don't want
Yeah.
to see you succeed.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hate to say it, but the competition in today's world,
Mhm.
it's kind of makes you a little sick on your stomach, because you'll have colleagues that work in the same industry,
Mhm.
and they will do whatever they need to do to make you look bad and make themselves look better. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not you're not my people.
Yeah.
And to put that on topic, it's like, again, generate a positive enough mindset for yourself that you recognize it before it's too late.
Mhm.
You should be able to pick up that negative energy before the person ever says a word to you. You can tell by the look on their face, the look in their eye.
Yep.
If you work in corporate America, and your colleague steps off the elevator and you make eye contact, I bet you can tell 9 out of 10 times if he's in a good mood or a bad mood. Never needs to say a word, you
Absolutely.
know. And it's key. It's key, and it's a big piece of the kind of day that you're going to have as you go forward.
100%. And yeah, so I mean, just put yourself in a room full of people you want to be. And it just makes your life easier. I had a lot of friends in the past, and I'm air quote friends, that did not have that same mentality I wanted. I used to have indoor batting cages.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'd rent them out, and I have people come in, and uh ended up going through divorce, got rid of the batting cages. And then I realized, wait a minute, they're not friends. They were just friends because I had indoor batting cages.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized keep your circle small. And then I
Mhm.
realized keep that negative energy out. I mean, I have a small core group of friends that are important to me that I would walk through fire for. And to to succeed in life, you need to have those type of people in your life.
Very important. It reminds me, about a year ago, I recorded an episode with a dear friend, and on her podcast, we the exact topic was keep your circle small,
Mhm.
and what that means, what that develops, and to realize in the world of business in today's economy that we live in, which I'm not going to lie and say it's great because
Yeah.
we all know it's not, but keep that circle small, lean on the people you know you can trust, and make the best decisions you can make. Some are going to be good, some are going to be bad. If you fail, guess what? Try again.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Try again. Be
Exactly.
positive and try again. And I think, I know we're going to unpack a lot of stuff, and I'm excited about this. And as people hopefully follow along in the future, we want them to realize at the end of the day, we are you, if that makes sense. We are your blue collar, hands getting dirty, middle class America. No, the bank account doesn't have seven figures in it. No, like I'm right here with you. I have nine kids. You have a handful of kids running
Yeah.
around your place. It's
Agree.
like
Yeah.
we we are the example in today's world where we suffer and deal with these very challenges every single day.
Mhm.
And we want to share with everyone what we do and how we feel about it to hopefully make a better impact for other people.
Yeah. I mean, I know locally in my area, the asphalt industry is down about 40% over last year at this time.
Yeah.
Y- y- Do I get upset about it? No, because you know what? I'm going to figure something out. I will figure out how
Right.
to be better and strive because you have to have the mindset that I'm not failing. I'm going to
Yeah.
figure a way out to fix things, to make it work and continue to grow. I mean, I
Yeah.
quit my full-time job 2021 and
Right.
never looked back. And I will not
Right.
go back to a corporate America job because I can't be me there. Because to be me there, you get eaten alive. So
100%. 100%. I know exactly your feeling. And to be honest with you, in today's world, like you said, we're going to figure things out. But we're not only are we going to figure things out, we're going to be good at it.
no, yeah.
It's like, there, and what is that? That's positive mindset. What did we just gave everyone the greatest example of this entire 20-minute episode.
Mhm.
Just have a positive mindset.
Yep.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
It's relative. I hate to say this, but it's relatively simple. It's
Mhm.
relatively simple.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward. Stay positive. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you trust, and make good decisions.
Oh yeah. I mean, and not to be, I guess the word would be vain. I actually look in the mirror in the mornings and tell myself I am the best at what I do. And
Yeah.
because in your mind, you're telling yourself that, and you're going to try to do everything you can to succeed.
Self doubt. I believe this wholeheartedly. Self doubt is the number one killer in this world. And when I say killer, I'm not talking life or death.
Mhm.
I'm talking about that mindset that you need to be successful.
Mhm.
If you live every day with self doubt, you need to go get a job and punch a time card
Yeah.
because otherwise, I'm sorry, self doubt will it'll bury you. It'll bury you in your own disbelief that you're capable of doing anything you need to do.
Yeah.
Um, and that maybe that's a topic for episode number two, because
Yeah.
quite frankly, you probably just hit the second
Mhm.
biggest topic that we can talk about with people. And it's too important for people to realize. And this is as simple as, you talked about your morning routine. Some people don't have a morning routine. We're not telling you you have to have a morning routine,
Yeah.
but don't doubt yourself. Don't lay in bed and just think for the first 30 minutes of your day, that you're not going to be able to achieve everything you need to do that day. Guess why? Probably because you just wasted 30 minutes laying in bed thinking about it.
Correct.
Get up, get moving, get yourself down to the coffee maker and get something started for the day.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you don't get everything done on your list, what happens? What happens? You do it the next day.
Exactly.
That's right. It goes on the list for the next day. So, no, it's good.
One thing that my wife Jeanette and I, we don't think about money at all. We don't even focus.
Amen.
And
Amen.
in the past, I did, man. I would stress and stress and stress. Back in 2021, the beginning of 2021, July 2021, I had 3 heart attacks in one day.
Oh,
And
wow.
and not a lot of people know that. It was all, yeah. And I had 100% blockage in the one they call the Widowmaker. And I stressed about too much stuff. And I read this book. A guy told me about this book. It's called Happy Pocket Full of Money. And it has, and when I first thought, I'm like, man, is this a get rich scheme book or what, something? But no, it was telling you that money's not real. It's not tangible. And it talked a lot about mindset and how the universe works together.
Wow, you just triggered so many listeners.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny to hear you say it, because I agree with you 100%. But do you know how many people right now at this minute, when they watch this, are going to be triggered by that comment? But it's the truth.
Yeah.
You can't base your life based on judgment of money.
No.
You can't build your life around that.
No, I mean, do you need money to survive? Yes, but don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. It'll come back. It'll come into you. But I'm urging people, you can go on YouTube and get the free version of Happy Pocket Full of Money. Listen to it. It's like 7 hours long, but it's free on there. And I mean, it takes in some spiritual stuff. It takes in the financial world, and it just combines everything together and puts you in a. It definitely helped with my mindset a lot.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this: money. Number one, money is a lifestyle.
Mhm.
Number two, your lifestyle can create negative energy.
Yes.
And I'm like, you can bring that whole thing full circle. Money. Guess what? The minute you're not making enough, what happened?
Yeah.
You just got yourself in negative mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. You're stressed.
Oh, shoot. I didn't, that deposit didn't hit, or this job didn't pay me enough. Or, you know what? Move on.
Yeah.
Do it again. Do it better. It'll come full circle.
Yeah.
But you're right. It all comes around.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, you got to have that positive mindset, because if not, you will fail so quick, so fast. And just have faith that you are going to do and succeed, and get advice from people that have been in that situation, and they'll help you. A good person is going to help you say, look, yeah, I was in your situation. Here's what I did.
100%. I couldn't agree more. And honestly, you summed it up really well. And it's like, it boils down to learning from others and learning from past mistakes. So if you were to sum this whole thing up, it's like, learn from your past mistakes, make positive choices going forward. And maybe you haven't experienced it yet, so learn from someone else. There's enough connectivity in this world that if there's something out there that you haven't done yet that you need to do, someone else has already tried it.
Oh yeah.
You go, do the research, read the book, watch the video, see what you find. And maybe you don't find a good example, but you know what? There's a chance somewhere out there somebody's already talking about it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. All right, I'm excited for the next episode, since we already have that topic on.
I am too. Do we need to introduce ourselves, or what do you want to do here? Is it just the Steve and Tim show? I mean, who's Steve and who's Tim?
Yeah,
I don't know who Tim is.
Why don't you start and just explain who you are, and then I'll go after you.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening to the last 15 or 20 minutes of us talk to you guys. But nonetheless, you should know who we are. So Steve Trott, live in York County, happily married, 9 children. Yes, I repeat, if you need to hit pause, 9 children. They range. My oldest just is turning 18 next month. My youngest is 3. Our youngest, Veronica, is a special needs child. So that's created some complexities the last couple of years. we are navigating. But yeah, 9 children, and I mentioned actually I didn't mention, but I'm a home remodeling contractor by trade. So I own MT Builders LLC. I have a partner. I'm also involved with our local volunteer fire company. I am also the president of a nonprofit for children with rare disease and special needs. That predates my daughter being born, which is a question I need to be prepared for now in the future. But at any point in time, I'm available to you guys via social media and Facebook, and I welcome a message or reach out or a follow me. Um, Again, motivational type, mindset related. You'll find things like that from me, and also someone that could be a future resource. Hey, what's your opinion of this? And I don't care what it is. I I can provide you filter free, I should say, filter free advice. Good, bad, indifferent. Go read this, go look at this, go watch this. Just an all around person that wants to see other people improve their lives. I want to see people succeed, and I want to share any gifts that I have with other people that could lead to that. So, in a nutshell, there's my 3.5 minute introduction. So,
Awesome, Steve. My name's Tim Smith. I own an asphalt company, and we do paving, seal coating, line striping. I also have a digital agency that we help people in the service-based industry because there is a lack for that, and we try to keep it affordable because a lot of people can't in these industries cannot afford $5,000 a month towards marketing. So we try to keep it cost effective. And then I also do business coaching. I've probably helped close to 75 to 100 individuals get into the
nice.
industry nationwide. And so that's one of mine. And then I do have that our podcast, Industry Insights. And I just enjoy helping people. And
It's awesome.
it is. It's such a great feeling when you see somebody succeed. I think the best one I ever had, I was on vacation, got a phone call from a guy that I helped get in the asphalt industry. And when he got in, he started because he started part-time, lost his full-time job, found out a week later that his 19-year-old girlfriend, which he's also 19, was pregnant. So, and he lost his job, making $24,000 a year is what he's making. I said, look, don't stress. We'll we'll figure a solution out. So I helped him land a job and closing the deal. And he called me and said, look, I got the deal, I got the job. You helped me make more money than what I would have made in 2 years working my job. So and
Nice.
he's thriving. And I didn't charge him a dime to help him. I was just helping him. And that was so rewarding. So that's why Steve and I do the things we do, is because we enjoy
Yeah.
helping people.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. You got to help people, and it's like at the end of the day, hopefully, maybe it's years down the road. This show and what we want to stand for, and even future guests that we interview on topics. At the end of the day, it's positive energy, it's moving forward, and it's helping others. And I that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal, and we'll drive it out, and hopefully everybody likes following along.
Yeah. The only request
So
I have that I ask the viewers to do, and it's an easy one, click the like button, share this out to everybody you can, and
why
help us
not?
get this moving. So we just want people to succeed in life.
No, it's awesome. I love it. I'm excited for this, Tim,
Yeah,
and episode 2 before we know it. So
exactly. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
awesome.
I'll see you soon.
Have a great day. See you.
Hey, you too. Take care.